I wanna talk to you. And don't say a word until I'm through. Now there's a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to live and a time to die, a time to break and a time to chill, to act civilized or act real ill. But whatever you do in your lifetime, you never let an MC steal your rhyme. So from 66 to this very day, I'll always remember what he had to say. So when the sucker MCs try to jump my style, I let them know that I'm versatile. I got style, finesse, and a little black book that's filled with rhymes, and I know you wanna look, but the thing that separates.
Woo! I got style, finesse, and a little black book. I know it's bad because I know you want to look. Oh my God, the Sugar Hill Gang. I think that was my first introduction to rap. That song right there. And it's still a jam. Like, it's still a jam. It's still a jam. Happy 50 years of hip hop. Happy 50 years of hip hop. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is my music. Thanks, Harry. That was good. And we played a lot of it because it's a long song, right? Like, it's long. So that was good. That was really, really good. That was really, really good. I was digging that. I was, damn, right out of my seat, jam. Woo-wee. Woo-wee, woo-wee, woo-wee. Oh, that was good. That was so good. That was so good. So good, so good, so good. So good, so good. Anyway, it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. The weather is nice. It's gonna be a great day. I hope we have a good lunch over at the New Haven Independent office over there. We got a staff meeting, 1:00. So I got stuff to do. I'll be in these streets a little bit this morning. Run over to my cardiologist. I have a cardiologist appointment at what time is it? 11:45. So it'll take about 15 minutes because he's gonna talk to me a little bit, of course, and check my blood pressure and see how I'm feeling. I think I'm feeling pretty good. So whatever I put on when I leave this house is what I'm gonna have on for the rest of the day. You have one of those days where you got to be in a lot of places. You're like, all right, what I'm gonna put on? I got to put on something that's got to go roll with this day. I got to roll with the day. So believe me, that's no easy feat. So, but I'll figure it out. Like, I just got, it's no easy feat. So no easy feat. No easy feat. So we'll get into it. So it's 10:20 in the Elm. It's about, let me see what the weather is. I could tell you. I wanted to be a weather person. So the weather is okay. My little weather thing is not jumping up. Oh, I called yesterday, Harry. I'm gonna get an upgrade, Frontier upgrade. It's gonna cost me money. Of course it is. Of course it's gonna cost me money, because why wouldn't it? It's gonna cost me money. But I'm upgrading to the fiber optic. So they're coming tomorrow, Friday. They're coming Friday. So I was like, all right, come on through. And so I'll get Wi-Fi, whole house Wi-Fi. I guess that's what it is. I don't even know. They got some whole thing now where you get some deal with YouTube and get all your channel. Oh God, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. Eventually I probably will just jump back to Xfinity because I don't really like Frontier. I don't like Xfinity either. I don't like any of these people. So it's 45 degrees right now. Well, it's 57 degrees right now. And then by 11, it'll be 59. So it'll by 3:00, it'll be 68. That'll be the high for the day. And then the temperature after the sun goes down, it'll drop down to the 60s and then to the 50s. So, we're in it now. It's fall. Next week is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be sunny every day. So that'll be really nice. It'll be sunny every day next week. Once you get past the weekend, it'll be sunny. So I might be able to get a little porching time in. Might be able to get a little bit of porching time in next week. And it'll be like the last porching time of the season. So when I get back from I have to be in New York on Tuesday for a play. And then so that first week of October, it's gonna be October, y'all. Get your pumpkins out. It's gonna be October. I don't know if it's because I'm old that the time is flying. I don't know what that is. Like I don't even know. I don't even know. That's gonna be something. Yeah, October is full of stuff too. Like October is chock full of interesting, cool stuff. But I've got to really step up my game because I gotta get my law school applications in. I want everything in by November 1st. So I cannot be daunted by these damn LSAT scores. I know people have gotten into law school with. I'm not even gonna go down that road. It's done. It is what it is. Let's move on. I think I feel some kind of way because I worked so hard and I wanted a better score. But that's but that's okay. It's all right to want that. It's okay. I put in the work. Did it yield anything? It yielded my ability to just put in the work. And that's the real gem, I think. So anyway. And as my law school friends would tell me, my lawyer friends would tell me, the LSAT has nothing to do with law school. Hey, hold on to that. Because the LSAT will have you thinking that you are not good enough. And maybe you should rethink this. It will have you do that if you're not confirmed. If you're not confirmed, it will make you think that you don't have the wherewithal to do this. And I refuse to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. And if one of my kids came to me and said, well, I took this test and I didn't do well, I feel like I would give them the same advice I'm giving myself. Don't believe that. These tests are not designed for you. You took it. It's done. All you had to do was take it. And this is the thing that I'm going to hold on to. So the Yale Racial and Justice Center hosted some folks who were exonerated for crimes they didn't commit. And they served a long time in prison for crimes that they didn't commit. And one guy who served a lot of time, I think 20, 30 years, is graduated from law school just this spring in Louisiana. And I swear to God, it was as if God was speaking to me. He's like, listen, Babz, you don't have to pass the LSAT. You just have to take it. He's like, there's no passing it. You just have to take it. And I thought, and I didn't understand what he meant until this moment. He was like, it's just a hurdle, a barrier that you have to overcome. And people get caught up in thinking that this is the determinant, and it's not. He was like, you don't have to pass the LSAT. You just have to take it. And I didn't realize what he meant until this very moment. This very, very moment as I'm looking at my LSAT scores. And I'm already in my mind, I failed. And that's so not true. All I did was take a test. There is no pass or fail. Whatever pass or fail I put on that, that's in my own head putting that there. Now, yes, the LSAT is a determinant for financial aid and whether you get into these schools. But is it really? I mean, it's only part of the story, as they so lovingly like to tell you. So if if I am to believe that all I have to offer is an LSAT score, then I'm the fool and I shouldn't go to law school. That's it. Then I'm the fool and I shouldn't go to law school. But if I believe what that brother told me is that you don't got to pass this LSAT, you just have to take it. Well, I'm done because I've taken it. So now I got to move on to the next step of the application process. And I'm already there. I've got 4 or 5 people who will speak to my character and my fitness to take on this rigorous course of study. I've already got 4 people who said happily honored to do it. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm surrounded by people who want me to do well. I mean, that's half the damn battle, having people in your corner to lift you up and to fan you when you get hot. What? The way I see it, and if I don't see it this way, then I'm a fool. I'm already winning. And I said this to my cohort. I said, we are already in law school. I don't know where we're going, but we're already there. So I have to believe my own medicine. I'm already in law school somewhere. It's already determined that I'm going to be somewhere. I don't know where the where is or the there is, but I'm already there. It's in motion. I just got to show up. I got to show up. Baby. That's it. That is 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 it. And I'm good. And there's a certain kind of peace that happens to you when you accept and step into God's grace. Something happens. I feel it right now. Like I feel it right now as I am moving forward. And there was a time in my life where something like this would crush me. Like I'd just be like, oh. And I'm trying to get my daughter not to be like, because she hurt her ankle, and she's like, oh, this feels like a setback. And I want to say it's not a setback. There's something at work here. Like there's a lesson and a message in this moment. You falling, getting hurt, and still having to get around with crutches. There's a blessing and a message in that. But you've got to be open to seeing it, because when you begin the habit of fixing your mind about what can't be for you, then everything that happens to you will be more fuel for what can't be for you. And that's not the way that's not how you run the world. I mean, there are people who run the world like that. We see it all the time. People who stop themselves before they even get out the gate. They stop themselves before they even put their foot in the water. They stop themselves before they even reach for the stars. I'm not one of those people. Damn that. I was like, the sky's the limit. Okay. That's all right. I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. And I'm on the path. If I didn't think this was the right path, everything in the path would be an obstacle to turn me around. And I think what happens with people is they have to think about, how do I press on and how do I pivot? And sometimes it might not be clear, but I always say it is clear, because you have to listen to yourself. What am I saying to myself? And I have to remember what that brother said, Babz. You don't have to pass the LSAT. You just have to take the LSAT. And I just remembered that. Like I just remembered that in this moment, because I could easily be like, oh God. But no. Girl, you got other stuff in front of you that is going to determine whether or not that's not going to be the sole determinant. Now they got to look at this LSAT score and be like, and if these law schools are worth their salt, they're gonna want somebody like me in their school. Not because I'm smart, not because I'm whatever, but because I could bring something to a classroom. I could bring something to a classroom. I know it. I'm doing it. So yes, I feel it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Have a good time, 'cause it's all right. Or in the words of the EWF, keep your head to the sky. Earth, Wind, and Fire says, keep your head to the sky. And baby, that's what the hell I'm doing. I'm keeping my head to the sky. It's going to be all right. It already is. It already is. It is already. It is already. It is already all right. So I'm just gonna keep this train on the track, baby, and do what I gotta do. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. Make it do what it do, baby. Make it do what it do. Ain't that what let's see. Ain't that what it did? Ain't that the saying? Do what it do, make it do what it do. Ooh. Yeah. So I'm scheduling all my little open houses. I'm going to the open houses, the virtual ones and some of the real ones. I'm gonna go to the open houses and I'm gonna do my very best. And I'm gonna present, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna look fabulous, I'm gonna talk fabulous, but I'm gonna be my authentic self. And I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what I want to do very clearly. This is what I want to do. I can't afford to do this, but I would be a great student. I would be a great student. Do you know what I mean? Like I would, like every class should have a senior in it. So these kids don't get all daunted and crazy and whatever. And listen, I'm not afraid. The days of fear are behind me. You can't get my age and start getting afraid now. I've been in the water and the storm too long. I've been in the storm too long, baby. I can't be afraid now. Plus, you know what? I have all the best intentions of people who just hold me down. Like if I went on Facebook now and started crying and carrying on, people would show up at my house with all kinds of gifts and kind words and words of encouragement. I don't even have to do that. I don't have to do that. I'm good. And seeing Dwayne Betts last night was good. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why, but it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. He's an artist and he's an attorney. And that's a powerful combination. He's got a fine mind. I'd like to think that maybe I have a fine mind too. I hope. But, I'm 60. And I've lived 60 years. With a whole lot of experience and a whole lot of things. A whole lot of trauma, a whole lot of joy, a whole lot of love, a whole lot of support. It's all right. It's all right. I ain't gonna take nothing from my troubles now. I ain't gonna take nothing from my troubles now. So, I ain't gonna take nothing from my troubles now. So, Ray Charles was like, make it do what it do, baby. I had Al Green in my mind, but it wasn't Al Green, it was Ray Charles. Make it do what it do. And by Ray Charles, I mean, what's his face playing Ray Charles? Jamie Foxx playing Ray Charles. Make it do what it do. So, it's all good. And you know what? And I think too, listening to Deion Sanders talk about who he is and how he moves about the world, it's such, I don't understand why people want to hate on him. I don't understand that. Because everything out of his mouth, I think people think they hear him bragging about himself. But when you listen, when you really listen with your eyes and your body, he's not talking about himself. He's not. He's talking about a path. He's talking about a path. And those that are open to the path can hear what he's saying. Those who are caught up in their own foolishness and twistedness, they're just going to think he's just being flamboyant, you know. But he's never really talking about himself. He's always talking about the path and the path. And he loves being a parent, a father. You know, there are people in this world who love being a parent and are good at it, who take opportunity to be good at it. You know, I watched him, you know, he had a reality show, and I watched he was talking to his son about the relationship between him and his soon to be ex-wife. And they would go spend their time with their mother and then come back. And he was noticing that that they felt like they had to choose loyalties. And he was like, no, you don't have to choose. You can love your mother and you can love me. As a matter of fact, I want you to love your mother and I want you to love me, right? I love you. I love your mother. I love myself. I love all these things. You have the capacity to do that. You don't got to make a choice, because as the parents, we don't choose. You know, I don't love you less when you go to your mother's house. Your mother doesn't love you less when you come to my house. It was amazing. And I think people miss that so much. You know, you miss it. I missed it in my life. And I realized, you know, it's about the path. It's about noticing where you are on the path. And it's a lovely, it's a illuminating thing when you take yourself out of the equation, because it's really, your life isn't about you. It is your relationship to everything else on this planet. No one makes it on their own. No one, I mean, I don't care if you're the Unabomber out there in the damn woods. Yeah, you out there by your damn self, but you had to get out there. You had to make some plan. You are in relationship to other beings, whether it's trees or plants or animals or the rolling brooks or whatever it is. It's not just you. It's you in relationship to the universe. And so when you think about it that way, you are never alone. And that's what I want to say to these people who get stuck in their own head and trapped in their own head and become hostages to their emotions. Their emotions hold them hostage, and they listen to these deep, dark voices inside of them, directing them to remove themselves from the thing that gives life. And this is not a judgment. It's not a judgment. I'm not making a judgment. What I'm saying is, we're not alone. And once we start to understand our relationship to everything on this planet, then we understand that each of us is the path. So where you want to go? Where you want to go? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Where you want to go? And don't focus so much on how you're going to get there. Just one step here, 3 steps over there, 20 steps back, another 100 steps forward. That's the path. And it's not linear. It's not horizontal. It's not vertical. It's whatever the path is to get you to where you say in your heart's desire you want to be. Sometimes when we don't even speak, the dreams and the desires of our heart, the universe will still find a way to bring you to that which you can't speak about, in hopes that at some point you'll say, aha, this is the beloved place. This is where I always wanted to be. And you don't know how hard it is for people to sort of say that. This is where I want to be. And then be absolutely afraid to walk the path to get there. So you'll see people make homes on the side of the road. You'll see people make homes in places that they don't feel 100% in. Or they make camp with people who don't have their best interest. Or they align themselves with things that don't align with what they say is in their heart. And they haven't said this out loud. The body knows. The body holds. So I'm just going to hold on to this notion that this gentleman said to me back in the spring when they were visiting. I think they were coming up from Louisiana, and I got to ask Kayla what that gentleman's name, because I think he was graduated from Tulane Law School. And he said to me, like, Babz, you don't got to pass the LSAT. You just got to take it. Girl, you done did it twice. You're done. That's not the only thing they're going to look at. And you know what? If it's the only thing they look at, then that school's not for you, because they miss something. They miss something if they just look at your LSAT score. They miss so much of who I am if they're just looking at my score. If they're not reading these letters of recommendations, if they're not reading my personal statement, if they're not reading my diversity statement, if they're not reading my character and fitness statement, if they're not reading, why I don't got academic letters from teachers who are probably dead, then they're not seeing me. And maybe that's a good thing, because I got to be someplace where I'm seen and nurtured and uplifted, and a way and a clear path is laid out, because I am the path. That's just all there is to it. So I thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. Thank you for coming to my therapy session. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me work through whatever it is I'm working through. I feel pretty damn good. So tomorrow is Thursday, and Gorman is on, and we're gonna talk about film. We're gonna talk about the New Haven Docs. They kick off next week or the week after, and I'm excited. So he's gonna be my guest tomorrow morning. We're gonna talk about these films, and it's gonna be a wonderful ride. So I'm wishing you all the best, and thank you all for the words of encouragement. Those on my Facebook page right now, and on my Instagram. I appreciate y'all greatly. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I go get myself ready for my cardiologist, who likes to fat shame me, but he hasn't done it in a couple of times, so because I lost some weight. Because I like it when they call me Big Papa. I see some boys in here, baby.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping Moet is where you find me. The back of the club, macking my crew's behind me. Mad question asking, passing, music lasting. But I just can't quit, because one of these homies Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than cracking in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes. See notes by the layers. True to life players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got the by the tree. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You you got a up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.